Hello everyone, today's episode 21 of Know Your Author series, and today we have with us Aminah Murumkar. Hello everyone, welcome to Talk with Sana, and today's another episode of Know Your Author series. It's episode number 21, and today we have with us Aminah Murumkar. She's an author of 5 books, and I'm going to tell you more about her. She's a life coach. She's an indie author. She has written and published 5 books on the online platform Kindle, including her latest book, My Gratitude Journal. 2 of her anthologies were selected by Naima Robert and Hinde Ghazi for an anthology series known as Ramadan in Isolation. Amina M lives in a tiny neighborhood by the sea in bustling Mumbai city. She is married and has a daughter. Until recently, Amina liked to go by the pen name Aisha. The author and her child are animal lovers, and they plan to open an animal shelter in the future, inshallah. So, welcome, Amina.
Hi, Sana. Thank you so much for the introduction.
Thank you so much for accepting my offer for the interview, and it's really great, to talk to you. And let's start. So, I would like to really know about yourself. How was your childhood? Where was it? How was the little Amina?
Okay. My childhood was, I would say, idyllic. It was very beautiful because when I look back at my childhood, I feel it was quite perfect. Because for me, the most prominent memories that I have of my childhood are what I've spent in my native village, in my native life. You know how those tiny villages are. They are filled with lush greenery, and then I had these so many storybooks I had with me, and I used to carry them with me in the fields. And I must be like around 6 or 7 years old at that time, and sit and read. I used to be all alone. Just imagine, like, those rolling meadows and those fields, and I'm reading the books. And unfortunately, when I last visited this place, they had this big, huge jamun trees, like, those plum trees, Indian plum
Yeah,
trees. Now they are no longer there, but that is the place I used to go and, I used to go and sit under those trees and read my books.
yeah.
So, alhamdulillah, it was beautiful.
And I see that you were always connected with the books as a child as well, right?
Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
true. I
Yeah.
was quite an introvert, but transformed into a heroic kid
I've seen
once I
like
let my imagination
readers
fly.
becoming the writers and then, authors. So
Yeah,
that spark is there since the beginning. The
that
love
is
for the
there.
books.
That's
Yeah.
so true.
That's true. Yeah. That's what I
That's true.
interviewed like all the authors, and they were reading,
Uh-huh.
or they were really, most of them were very introvert readers,
Uh-huh.
or,
Okay.
and they were even writing poems or something in their diaries. And some of them decided, to continue with it, or they came back to it after a while.
Yeah, that's so true.
So, okay, now let's talk about your favorite things that you would like to do in your me time. And what is the me time for you, actually?
Me time for me is reading. I love reading. And me time for me is also like, where I go for my long walks. I
Mm.
just go for I just go out in the parks. I relax. I look at the greenery. I listen to the Quran. So like Alhamdulillah, that is for me time, where I spend time, reflect on my work, reflect on my actions, and reflect on myself and my growth. And that is what me time is for me. But more than anything, it's reading.
Yeah, I think for me also, I'm really enjoying walking nowadays. I just like
Uh-huh.
walk and walk and walk, and
Okay.
yeah.
And I do believe there's a lot of greenery for you compared to Mumbai.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of greenery here, and then summers are really nice here, so we walked a lot.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Sunday, I think, I don't know, we walked how many kilometers, and then I realized it on Monday when I couldn't wake up with my back. Like, oh, wow, I think I walked a lot. So
Oh, okay.
walking is like that for me as well. I love
But it's quite
walking.
therapeutic. I just love walking.
Yeah, me too. It's like my thoughts are really getting out. And then, sometimes my mind is wandering, but I enjoy that kind of wandering. I'm a dreamer, and, like walking is like you are dream walking, you are in your thoughts and dreaming, and then
And then you come up with so many ideas too, like,
Yeah,
because the mind becomes fresh, and then like these ideas that come, and then with the ideas sometimes a solution also comes.
exactly. Yeah. So it's really therapeutic. And I mean, it's not really jogging or, we're really focused on the walking, but it's more like you're focused or relaxed and, you're just letting it go and you let your mind wander and just enjoy
Yeah,
the walk.
but that's what
And
I used to miss during the lockdown. Yes, I'm sorry, carry on.
no, no, I was asking, how was the experience in the lockdown? How did it
Ah,
change the life around you
oh,
and how did you adjust it in the lockdown?
oh my god, don't ask. Like, one thing was like I couldn't go for my walks. Things were so chaotic at the beginning. I felt I was just going around in circles. You know how it is, like it is so unexpected. Like, life in Mumbai is so bustling, and you go down, you take a rickshaw, and then during the lockdown, when you go down, there was nothing, empty streets. And but as time passed by and the dust settled, I became more aware about our family dynamics that had changed. We were spending more quality time with each other. Definitely, my workload had increased, like so many women, like, because all meals were
Yeah,
eaten at home. There were no takeaways, nothing like was happening on that front. But then I think there were many hidden lessons from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Alhamdulillah.
I came to terms with the new normal then.
Mm.
And that is when, like, I had written a couple of anthologies. That's when they got selected by Naima Roberts and Henne Ghazi and Muslima Writers Group.
Okay, that's great.
Mashallah, like.
Yeah, it's really nice. And let's talk about food. How, what do you like and what is your favorite thing? Because I know in Mumbai there's a lot of street food and the food is really amazing there.
Yeah, like nothing can beat pani puri.
Yeah.
That is an all-time favorite. You know how it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
but my go-to comfort food, the food that I really like, is dal chawal.
Dal chawal. It's a
Hmm.
comfort food actually,
It's
yeah.
a comfort food actually. So basically, that is like, yes, but I am a very person, like, I love eating anything that is like made. It should be spicy, and it has to be chicken.
Okay.
So more or less, I think I'm a Mughlai food person.
Mm. Yeah, I think so. Same
Yeah.
with me, I think. Being an Indian, I can relate to the
Yeah.
spices and the chicken and the dal
and
chawal.
and the Mughlai food, yes.
Yeah, it's like part of the, everyday life or especially during the festivals and even, I mean, biryani is more like, okay, even on the weekend when you want to celebrate, you make some biryani or someone
I
is,
prefer to order out now.
yeah, the amount of work, I have no option to order it, so I have to make it when I want to eat
Okay.
it.
Inshallah, I'll come to your home, inshallah, one day to try it then.
Yes, inshallah. Why not?
Um,
And what about your books? So, I mean, I know it's very difficult question to select one book
uh-huh.
that you really love or the genre that you love, whatever you want to tell us.
That's quite difficult because I've just grown up on books. I used to read a lot of classics in my childhood. But as I grew older, my taste expanded from Jane Austen to Umezakia to Dan Brown to Tony Robbins nowadays because of my
Me too.
poaching. So, but my all-time favorite book, if you ask me, too many. I love all things fiction, and
Mm.
I'm just like getting adjusted now to, like, non-fiction.
Yeah, because I think as a coach, you want to read a lot of non-fiction and like coaching experience,
Growth,
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 and life
like
journeys
self
or
growth, and like,
biographies.
that's what,
Yeah.
getting used to that.
And I saw, I mean, I'm still reading your, I have, didn't finish like Delirious Girl book and, but it's really, I would say, a fun book, like I just was in splits and laughing myself out, especially. I mean, I needed that kind of book at the time. I haven't finished it yet because something others came up, but I really want to pick
Uh-huh.
it up, but I loved it. I mean, the humor is so uncanny, and no, I can relate to all the things that were happening. And then you were able to bind it with a Turkish series which was so famous at that time, and you
Yeah,
were able to
mashallah.
map the characters as well.
Yeah.
So I really like the book, and I will really recommend people, to read.
Thank you so much. For me, it was like
I
I
haven't
had
read
a
other
life
books,
coaching.
so I would be
Huh?
looking forward to read other as well, the fiction.
Inshallah. The thing is, like, I had a life coaching session and this girl was there, and then all of a sudden she said, "You are the one who has written this Dirillist article book. I loved it so much. I've read it so many times." I said, "Thank you so much." Coming this from a like unexpected, like, an unknown person and a
Yeah.
client who had booked a coaching session, and then she went on and on about the book. It felt so good.
No, it's really amazing. I haven't finished it, but the part that I read, and it was really refreshing and, fun and relatable. So, congratulations for all
Thank
those
you so
things.
much. Thank
And
you.
tell us, like, which book came first? How did all this came? Like, I want to picture that thing that when did you wrote your first book? How did, all this writing came? Like, you wrote 5 books now, mashallah.
Mashallah. It is basically, as most of the authors have also told you, like, like from their childhood, they're just going on writing their stories and books. I remember me, like, writing for the first time in my notebook when I was in the fifth grade, must be around 9 or 10 years old. And I used to scribble all the short stories, and my friends would be reading that. Then, when I started working in a corporate world, there was a lot of travel involved. So I used to visit these cities, and I could literally feel the vibes and the stories unfolding in each new place. But only like after the birth of my daughter, I put together and streamlined all the thoughts, the stories, and everything. And then I came up with the first book was Gulmohar.
Gulmohar. Okay.
Yeah, that was the first book. And
It's
then my
also
second,
fiction. Gulmohar is a fiction.
yes, it's a fiction.
Okay. So most of them are fiction, right? Only the gratitude journal is a non-fiction one.
Yes, the gratitude journal is a non-fiction because Alhamdulillah, that just came out like, this journal. And then I'm coming up with another journal, inshallah.
I would really
So,
like to have some hands on the journal, but I'll see. We'll see how we can get it, how I can get it. So
inshallah.
I'm really interested into the gratitude thing. So you know, you know me already.
Maybe I'll mail it to you.
Yeah, I will see
Mhm.
if we can find like a publisher here, like if we can connect to those book distributors, if
Inshallah.
we can get it here.
Inshallah.
And what about how did you feel about the publishing journey? I mean, I see that most of your books are self-published,
Uh-huh.
and I know it's very comfortable thing. Like when I wrote a small ebook, I thought, like who will publish or where to publish. At least there is a platform where if someone can uh, access it, and it's easily available, and then if they want they can read it. So how
You
did
know,
you think about
Kindle
your
is
own
a
publishing?
blessing. Kindle is a blessing, I think, for the writers. But in the beginning, it took me nearly a week to publish my first book
Mm.
because, the cover margins were just not pulling together. And it was something so new to me. And when I finally published, I found mistakes in the book that, I had some friends also who were looking into the books and like, and we came across some few mistakes, and then I had to pull it back again and then redo the process. So in the beginning, it was quite difficult. But today, if you ask me to publish a book, I take not more than like 30 minutes.
Yeah, even I took your help. You remember, I was doing
Alhamdulillah.
it myself, all the editing, and then you told me
Yeah,
about that app that Sana, you just use that app, and then it was so easy with that app.
yeah. Alhamdulillah for that.
So you are the expert now. So it's really
Yeah.
amazing. I mean, like you just can get so much help and it saves so much time.
Yeah, that's so true. I mean to say, like, it is a big boon. It's a big thing, like, having Kindle. And then there is another platform, Sana, I want to talk about, that's Smashwords.
Okay. I've heard about it, never went to it.
No, it's quite good. It's quite good.
But why didn't you thought about going to a traditional publishing way? Because I see your book had a lot of potential.
Okay.
You can even publish it now with one of the, you can try it out.
Maybe like, that I have not thought of sending it to the publishers because I just thought like, I'll just
I
polish
know it's a
myself
very
over
time
the
consuming
Kindle.
process. It takes a lot of
Right.
time, but I see that, maybe it will reach a wider audience with that.
Inshallah. But most of the publishers now, nowadays they're asking for agents. Like,
Agents, yes. I know
yeah.
this.
So like I just did not know how to go about the process. And then I just
Okay.
thought like let me just go ahead and publish it on Kindle. At
Mm,
least it will reach some amount of people, inshallah.
okay. Okay. I didn't know about that thing.
Yeah, you need a agent to
Okay.
approach the publishers.
Because normally it's like I see some of them like online, you can submit, but I don't know how much is the rate to, get accepted.
Ah, those are paid publishers. Basically, like, you pay them a certain amount.
Okay.
It can vary anywhere between 1,000 to 5,000 pounds.
Okay. Pounds.
That
Ooh.
is like around 10 lakhs in India.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I see like I don't know what is the name. Like some of the publishers, Penguin and all, you can have like online submissions.
Oh, okay. Let me just try
Yeah.
that then. Rolo.
There is Westland Books. There are some other publishers you can check, but they have like you can submit them online. They open up that platform and then you can really, if they select, and then they will take up the book.
Inshallah. I'll try that.
Yeah, whenever you have time, because I know it's time consuming. They have a format to do and few things, but
Uh-huh.
you can check.
Inshallah, I'll check that.
So, do you want to read something for us from your one of the books?
Yeah, of course. All right. I will read something from my gratitude journal.
Yes. Yes, please, because I'm interested in it.
The purpose of life is to show gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, brought you out of your mother's womb, you were empty of knowledge, but He gave you eyes and ears and hearts. This is a verse from the Quran, by the way, in order that you may give thanks to Him. Alhamdulillah, all praise and thanks belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The greatest surah in the Quran starts with this one single word of praise and thanks to the Almighty. The ability to be grateful for every small and great thing is a blessing in itself. Research has shown that gratitude can improve general well being, increase resilience, strengthen relationships, and decrease anxiety and depression. The more thankful people are, that's their overall well-being improves. Their immune systems are stronger, stable blood pressure, peaceful sleep, and happier mornings on waking up. So,
That's really.
and also like there is one paragraph that I just love.
Can you also show the book because it will help people to see
Yeah,
if you can.
I just got a printout of it because
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
this is the
I'll-
gratitude journal. I'll send you the link, inshallah.
Yeah.
And there are some like really amazing questions because in that I really go into the depth of understanding what is gratitude all about. Like, say, when was the last time you said Alhamdulillah?
Mm.
And my next question was, when was the last time you said Alhamdulillah and felt it deep within your heart? So this is the gratitude journal. There's
Yeah.
enough space, for you to write, like if you want to stick
Yeah.
stickers and put your thoughts down. So this is a very interactive journal.
Yeah, and that's I think more reflection that you ask yourself because we say Alhamdulillah a lot, but then
Right.
it's more coming out of habit. Then when you really feel Alhamdulillah from inside. So when you say from inside, and So
Yeah,
I think it's
that's
a
the
really
difference.
great question. I mean, as a coach, we know the value of questions,
Right.
that if you have a right coach and he gives you the right question, your life can really steer to the right directions.
That's so true. Like for example, in one of the questions I've asked is, feel where that gratitude is coming from.
Mm,
Reflect on it. So it really makes you think about what exactly is gratitude.
yeah. And do you have a message for the readers of your book and those who are watching the interview?
Yeah. I just want to say one thing, I've come across so many people who feel it is not the perfect time for them to move forward. I would say there is no perfect timing, age, or situation to start living your dream. I started writing professionally just 3 years back in 2019, and I published 5 books between 2019 to 2021. My book, The latest article, was received very well, and I'm getting some amazing feedback. And just last year, I expanded my vision and started my life coaching career alongside writing fiction and non-fiction. Find your voice and find the gift that Allah has blessed you with. use that gift, inshallah.
That's amazing. Thank you, Amina. Thank you so much. And
Thank you
I hope
so
people
much,
will
Sana, for
find so much,
representing.
from this interview, especially from your message and the gratitude journal. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sana.
Yeah.